Hello, happy Monday. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. In our top story, the women were out in full force on Saturday on all three islands, about 450 on St. Croix, 300 on St. Thomas, and 250 on St. John. Different islands, but in solidarity with the Women's March on Washington. It is estimated that nearly 5 million people participated in almost 700 marches around the globe. Many of the marchers were there for a variety of reasons. Here's more.
Our collective voices will join those in Washington, D.C. and throughout this world, because this is a worldwide phenomenon. In our demonstration that women's rights are human rights.
They came with signs, banners, and loud voices. Over 500 men, women, and children gathered at Times Square in Christiansted and marched through Fort Christian National Park as part of the Worldwide Women's March, a protest aimed directly at newly elected President Donald Trump.
The rhetoric of the past election cycle has insulted, demonized, and threatened many of us.
It was a day to come together as a community and let your voice be heard. The importance was understood by all who participated.
And it's really important that we as women and we as people who are supporters of women, because women's rights are human rights, stand together in a peaceful protest, one that says how important it is to come together and to continue to unify the country.
I love to see that there's so many people involved. I love to see that there are guys there, men, supporting women's rights. Are we going to continue? It won't be the first, it won't be the last.
As a woman, as a lesbian, and someone who is now permanently disabled, I implore the new office to not only save and protect the rights that so many women ahead of us have fought for and preserved, but to stand up for them.
Come together and just say, we're all equal, we're all one. This is community.
The reason why we came to the march is because women's rights are everyone's rights. Everyone's rights.
Gary Anthony, News 2.
Women's rights are human rights. That was the recurring theme there on St. Croix. About 20 women, including Donna Christensen, made the trek there in Washington, and we'll have more on the national celebration. Meanwhile, on St. Thomas, more than 300 people marched along waterfront. Many held signs and chanted different messages. Some encouraged drivers to honk their horns in support. Barry Harvey, who was one of the organizers, spoke to the crowd that gathered at Emancipation Garden. At the rally in Washington, demonstrators chanted, "We won't go away. Welcome to your first day," though the march had been in the works for months. Even its organizers were surprised by the turnout. It was made up of women of every background: black, white, brown, moderate, radical, urban and rural, rich and poor, Christian, Muslim, and Jew. And they were all united in their belief in women's rights. Here's more.
Small groups still lingering near the National Mall Saturday night.
It has really inspired me to think more outside of my own circle.
Denise Clary, one of thousands of people holding signs and taking part in the Women's March on Washington hours earlier.
It was life-changing. This is the march of our lifetimes, and so we had to be here.
Even as night falls, some say the message and atmosphere still lingers in the evening air.
Everybody was engaged with each other, and everybody was just the energy, the kindness. It was really powerful.
Signs fill the grass area because, as you can see, there's no more room on the fence, and it continues for as far as you can see.
I think the Smithsonian has a new installation at the American History Museum, literally.
Wanda Garcia says being a part of the event and seeing the aftermath makes her proud.
It's art. I mean, it tells a story.
A story told by so many.
Do something for you, do something for your fellow man or woman.
We're going to do all of this for each other, with each other, for all women, for all races, all skin colors, all gender identities, for everything, that we all have to do this together.
Amy Aubert, ABC 7 News.
President Donald Trump dove into the business of policy Monday, signing 3 executive actions. One, removes the U.S. from the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Another enacts a federal employee hiring freeze, except for the military. And a third reinstates the Mexico City policy on abortion funding. The policy bars international non-governmental organizations that perform or promote abortions from receiving U.S. government funding. The policy, initially put in place by the Reagan administration, was rescinded by the Obama administration in 2009. Virgin Islands Republican Chairman John Canegata released the following statement after leading the territory's delegation and attending the inauguration of President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence. He said it was a tremendous honor to join fellow Virgin Islanders in representing our territory at the inauguration of the 45th President of the United States. He said this was an opportunity to put aside party politics and come together as Americans. I look forward to working with President Trump and the Republican majority in Congress as they work to make America and the Caribbean great again. The Virgin Islands delegation consisted of Canegata, Republican National Committee woman, and former territorial Senator Liliana Berlardo de Anil, Republican National Committeeman Javon Williams, Republican Party Executive Director Dennis Lennox, Republican Vice Chairman April Newland, Republican Secretary Robert Max Shanfarber, 2016 Republican congressional nominee Gordon Ackley, Republican State Committee members Humberto O'Neill and Valerie Stiles, St. Thomas resident Jennifer Ackley, St. Croix resident France Christian, St. Thomas resident Stephen Hardy, and St. Croix resident David Johnson. Just a reminder, Governor Kenneth Mapp's third State of the Territory address has been postponed until Monday, January 30th, at his request. They say Governor Mapp has been fighting the flu for several days, and Senate President Myron Jackson agreed that rescheduling was in order. The committee is encouraged to tune in at 7 p.m. Now, by law, the territory's chief executive must speak before senators each January in order to apprise them and the community of economic conditions, government initiatives, and other matters. Now, we will air that address on innovative cable Channel 4 at 7 p.m. So be sure to tune in to Governor Mapp's State of the Territory address again on cable Channel 4. Senator Myron Jackson, president of the 32nd Legislature of the VI, he congratulated the Minority Caucus on Friday on its establishment. He said there are many challenges ahead for the people of the VI, and he said, I look forward to working with both the minority and majority caucuses to bring solution to these challenges. Senator Jackson was notified of the formation late Thursday afternoon through a letter signed by Minority Leader Senator Positive Nelson, along with Senators Dwayne DeGraff, Alicia Chucky Hansen, Tregenza Roach, and Jeanette Millen-Young. According to Rule 305A of the 32nd Legislature, any 5 or more senators may meet and decide to select a minority leader. Once selected, written notification must be given to the president that is signed by no less than 4 senators. In addition to rights, privileges, and responsibilities as a senator, the minority leader is entitled to present the minority position and shall call meetings of the minority at such time and for such reasons as considered necessary. He may also preside over minority meetings and ensure order throughout and perform such duties for the minority caucus and as the caucus may assign. Well, as we shared, the Minority Coalition, they held the first press conference at the Capitol building on Friday to introduce members of the group to the public and to address current events. The Minority Caucus joined together as a unified voice and discussed impactful legislation that will help boost the economy. Members of the Minority Coalition are Senators Terrence Positive Nelson, Jeanette Millen-Young, Dwayne DeGraff, Tregenza Roach, and Alicia Hansen. Now, Senator Nelson was named as minority leader, and here's more from that press conference.
We are confident in ourselves, but we are even more confident that united to be the people's voice in this 32nd Legislature, we can accomplish more. So thus, we met, and this body has bestowed the honor on me as the minority leader. I do promise to serve with distinction and dignity, a service which we can be proud of.
And so I believe that a single voice, yes, every single voice is important. But when you join those voices together, you have a much more effective force at presenting a diverse and sometimes an opposing point of view. And I think those are essential things. I'm pleased that my colleagues who spoke before pointed out that this is not a caucus simply to oppose the majority. That would be a total and an absolute waste of time.
We are a separate branch of government. So when we demand the equal respect, I want y'all to understand. We can't just give in to taxing the people out of existence. Businesses are hurting and fighting to keep the doors open. Just tax them and just go blindly because a governor says so. No.
Meanwhile, keeping our eye on the economy, Yahoo is apparently being investigated for waiting years to report 2 massive data breaches to investors. According to Wall Street Journal, the Securities and Exchange Commission opened an investigation which is likely to center on a 2014 data breach at Yahoo. The tech company announced last year that 500 million users were compromised by that breach, but Yahoo waited 2 years to disclose it. Yahoo also said it had recently discovered an August 2013 data breach that had exposed the private information of more than 1 billion Yahoo users. The company has not explained why it took that long to inform the public of those breaches. In a quarterly securities filing in November, Yahoo said it is cooperating with federal, state, and foreign agencies seeking information on the 2014 breach. Let's take a look at the New York Stock Exchange with the stock market watch. According to the numbers there, the Dow down 27, NASDAQ 2, S&P 500 down 6. Coming up on News 2, well, how did this accident happen on Sunday? Traffic was rerouted after the work to clear this. Took about several hours. Details coming up. Welcome back. Well, a press conference was held today with the AG and the Motor Vehicle Bureau regarding Toyota airbag inflators. They say Toyota has set aside a period of time to do some repair-a-thons to remove some faulty Takata airbags on February 3rd and 4th on St. Croix, and then the 11th and 12th on St. Thomas. You can bring your vehicle in or schedule to have them replaced free of charge. We will have more on what vehicles are affected and more on what you need to know in Tuesday's newscast. An accident on Mafili Hill or Maud Proudfoot Drive Sunday afternoon was the cause of blocked traffic for about several hours. The first Komatsu PC220 LC hydraulic excavator fell off a carrier just below the intersection of Commandant Gata and Mafili while being transported up the hill. No injuries were reported during the accident that left concrete and stone walls of a nearby property damaged also. Here's more from VIPD.
Motor carrier inspectors were notified, and the preliminary investigation revealed that a truck tractor XGA 155 operated by Victor Castro with a lowboy trailer attached was transporting a track bulldozer up Maud Proudfoot Drive. When the truck tractor reached in the area of Bunker Hill, the drive shaft broke and the truck and trailer rolled backwards downhill. The trailer with the tractor traveled across the roadway into the opposite lane, where the weight of the tractor caused it to overturn to the trailer and into the drive of the residents.
There is a vehicle traffic change that the Department of Public Works will be implementing on Tuesday, January 24th. Changes have been confirmed with Administrator Murren Potter, Commander Penn, and Ron Criqui, according to Senator Marvin Blyden, who attended the meeting prior to. Some businesses on the western end of Main Street, they say, have been severely affected due to the ongoing construction project. And to remedy this problem, Public Works have agreed to allow a trial run of one-way traffic from the stoplight in front of the Market Square, and that's this coming Tuesday, in hopes of increasing tourist traffic in the area where the Salvation Army resides. The one-way road will make available parking space for safaris and taxis to load and unload tourists that have disembarked from the cruise ships in Crown Bay and the Waiko Dock. Also, Virgin Islands Port Authority's acting executive director, David Mapp, he advises motorists to exercise caution when traversing the Cyril King Airport Road due to some ongoing road repairs. The VI Department of Public Works began repairs to the King Airport Road on Friday, and work is expected to continue for about 60 days. Most of the work, they say, will be conducted at night after the last major airline arrival and should not significantly disrupt traffic to the airport. The road conditions are uneven, they say, and they are advising motorists to drive slowly as they travel along the road. The King Airport Road and the repair project are under the jurisdiction of the Department of Public Works. Police say earlier today at approximately 12 p.m., Ronaldo Carnero, 31 of Estate Fortuna, was arrested and charged with third-degree assault, possession of an unlicensed firearm, and the cultivation of marijuana. Ronaldo Carnero was arrested after he assaulted his sister, niece, and friend by pointing a handgun towards them and threatening to do bodily harm. Police say upon execution of a search warrant, 47 individual plants of marijuana was discovered and held for evidence. No bail for Carnero was set, and he was remanded to the Bureau of Corrections pending his advice of rights hearing. Anyone having information about any of the crimes, please contact the Virgin Islands Police Department at 774-2211 or the Criminal Investigation Bureau at 340-714-9801. You can also contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. Sean McIntosh, 24, pleaded guilty today in federal court on St. Croix before United States Magistrate Judge George Cannon to being a felon in possession of a firearm, United States Attorney Ronald Sharp announced. According to the plea agreement filed with the court, police officers encountered McIntosh on July 9, 2016, while searching for another individual at the Hidden Island Bar in St. Croix. They say upon observing the police, McIntosh ran and was observed tossing an object, later determined to be a firearm. McIntosh was previously convicted of burglary third degree in 2012 in the VI Superior Court. He faces a maximum of 10 years incarceration and a maximum fine of $250,000. Here's an update. As a result of continuing issues with the air conditioning unit located at the Charles Howard complex in St. Croix, staff were dismissed at 9 a.m. this morning, except for those who provide direct clinical care. The community health, family planning, immunization, communicable disease, maternal and child health, MCH, and environmental health programs remained to provide care to approximately 80 clients. All scheduled appointments were seen today. Ancillary support, including revenue, also remained to assist the programs with carrying out the services. In order to accommodate clients, the Department of Health plans to provide all services between 8 a.m. to 2 from Tuesday, January 24th to Friday, January 27th. The department was committed to hosting the Shriners Clinic on Friday, in which about 25 children with various orthopedic conditions were cared for in the Department of Health's and Child Health Clinic. The Shriners Clinic visit saw all scheduled patients and ended about 4 p.m. Count of two to keep you updated. Innovative advises the public that the company is planning to temporarily suspend cash collections at each of its innovative business offices due to remodeling efforts at the locations. The last day for cash collections on site is Friday, January 27th. Business offices are located at the Estate Diamond in St. Croix, Tutu Park Mall here in St. Thomas, and the Marketplace in St. John. Innovative takes the opportunity to remind customers of the additional 8 payment options that are available for customers' convenience. You have pay by phone, pay online, pay at the bank, pay by mail, pay by Dropbox, auto pay, phone call to customer service, or recurring direct debit. Last week, a commercial dishwasher was delivered to the Lockhart Elementary School, while a food warmer was sent out to Joseph Sibley School and Julius Eastbrow Elementary School. Senator Jean Ford said that while being a member of the 31st Legislature, a kitchen staff member of Lockhart reached out to him explaining the hardship they had been enduring for the past 3 years due to lack of a working dishwasher. Ford said that he partnered up with Concessions International, headed by Ms. Jennifer Moorhead, who was most gracious and willing to assist, said the chairman of the Committee on the Education, Youth, and Recreation. Team captains were in attendance to gear up participants on Saturday for St. Croix's Relay for Life 2017 kickoff. There was music, food, and fun. Teams were recognized with certificates, awards, and hugs. This was a great time for attendees to get the team packets and start fundraising early. Now, Rotary here in St. Thomas at Yacht Haven Grand, the Music Fest, they were rocking on the lawn at Yacht Haven Grand this past Saturday. All proceeds will benefit Rotary-sponsored youth projects. $10 donation at the gate got attendees a free drink ticket, food, and beverages. It was available all throughout the day. The event headliner, Van Wilkes, came all the way from Austin, Texas. He joined many local bands right there, such as Third String All-Stars, Lourdes and the Switch, Just Soldiers, the Whiskey Pistols, the Rum Syndicate, and the headliner, the Van Wilkes Band. Volunteers assisted all throughout the day. They were needed to work 2-hour shifts on food and drink booths. Many came out and showed their support for the Rotary. Be sure to stick around. Your News to AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.
Hey there, everyone. Hopefully you had a great Monday. As we take a look at the big picture this evening, you can see a powerful frontal boundary just off the east coast of the United States. Not going to be much of an issue for us here at home. We'll take a closer look at what's happening. You can see a little bit of moisture just off to our north and west, but it was actually a beautiful day today. Hopefully you were able to get outside and enjoy the sunshine with temperatures into the 80s today. As we head into the overnight hours, we will still have mainly clear skies. Temperatures overnight dropping into the low 70s. And for tomorrow, we are going to see a frontal boundary working its way into the region. So a few spotty showers not out of the question for Tuesday. Also, as we continue into later in the week as well. So for St. John tomorrow, 83 degrees. Could see a couple of passing showers. I don't expect it to be a soaking rain. The heaviest amount of rain is going to stay farther to our north on Tuesday. Hey, St. Thomas, how are things looking for you tomorrow? 83 degrees. So we'll have some sunshine out there, but we're also going to see much more clouds than what we had for today. And keep in mind a passing shower or two possible. Same as you get into St. Croix, which is why I said hopefully you enjoyed today somehow. We'll have more in the way of clouds tomorrow, right around 84 degrees. So temperatures still staying pretty seasonal for this time of the year. The rain forecast for the Atlantic, if you're heading out on the water, the waves a little bit higher, between 3 to 5 feet, and the winds are out of the south at 10 to 15 knots. And then the forecast for the Caribbean, the waves are between 2 to 4 feet, also seeing those winds between 10 to 15 knots. So more in the way of clouds for your Tuesday, a few passing showers as well. And then we will see a few showers also on Wednesday. Weak area of high pressure builds in, so more sunshine as we get into the end of the week. Sunny and pleasant on Thursday. And then heading into the weekend, temperatures are still in the low 80s, mostly sunny on Friday. Then the trade winds pick up on Saturday. Back to you, Sandy.
Not too bad. Thank you for that. Time for a News to Weather picture there by Jenny Burke of Ricardo Richards Elementary School, showing off a very historic site, point of interest site on St. Croix, Point Udall. Thank you for that, Johnny. Send us your News to Weather picture to the address on the screen. Be sure to include the information we need and then tune in to see it right here on News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. On behalf of all of us, thank you for watching. Do join us again tomorrow. We'll see you next time.